On the foreign scene, Syrian government forces and US-backed Kurdish-led rebels signed a ceasefire Tuesday after clashes in Aleppo left at least one person dead and several others injured. Clashes between government troops and the Syrian Democratic Forces erupted Tuesday when SDF militias attacked troops at two checkpoints in Aleppo. The state-run Syrian Arab News reported. The attacks injured at least 3 Syrian security troops and several civilians. Syrian forces retaliated by firing on buildings reportedly containing SDF forces. It is unclear if the SDF forces suffered any casualties. SDF spokesperson Farhad Shami denied accusations that its fighters carried out attacks on the Aleppo checkpoints, asserting that the rebel group had no forces in the area since April. Mr. Shami blamed Tuesday's violence on provocations from the Syrian government and urged Democrats to end its stifling siege of Aleppo. Tuesday's fighting muddies the deal from earlier this year aimed at integrating the SDF into the Syrian security forces. The U.S. brokered deal signed in March would see SDF forces combined with the Syrian army and the SDF leaders turn over key resources to Damascus by December. However, Syrian troops and SDF forces have traded blows since August, with each side blaming the other for the violence. The clashes have mostly occurred in northwestern Syria, where the SDF has its largest base of Kurdish support. Still on the foreign scene, peace talks between Israel and Hamas were resuming at an Egyptian resort city on Tuesday, the 2-year anniversary of the militant group's surprise attack on Israel that triggered the bloody conflict that has seen thousands of Palestinians killed in Gaza. The second day of indirect negotiations in the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh are focused on a plan proposed by U.S. President Trump last week that aims to bring about an end to the war in Gaza. After several hours of talks on Monday, an Egyptian official with knowledge of the discussion said the parties agreed on most of the first phase terms, which include the release of hostages and establishing a ceasefire. The official spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss the private meetings. The plan has received widespread international backing, and Trump told reporters on Monday that he thought there was a really good chance of a lasting deal. Many uncertainties remain, however, including the demand that Hamas disarm and the future governance of Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has long said Hamas must surrender and disarm, but Hamas has not yet commented on whether it will be willing to. The plan envisions Israel withdrawing its troops from Gaza after Hamas disarms and an international security force being put in place. The territory would then be placed under international governance, with Trump